Yeah, you, yes. She's born in Hell's Kitchen too, yes. Yes, you're the daddy, yeah? Yes, yeah. Hell's Kitchen begins on 57th and ends on about 28th Street, I think. Well, it's really a couple of blocks, but they extended it. I say till about 28th Street. 11th Avenue used to be years ago, and I was before my time. Well, I would say from 57th to 34th, I would say. But it really goes down to 28th Street, too. Right, Frank?
Yep, right.
I got mugged twice on 34th Street in the daytime, 10:30. This fella sticks his hand in my pocket, takes a few dollars I had, and runs. He was too fast for me.
There'd be a card game in the backyard, right, Frank?
Yeah.
He used to fly pigeons. Then he would rob the pigeon guy who was on a coop and eat the pigeons. Steal their pigeons. Right, Frank?
Yeah.
If somebody come through and bothered the girls in the neighborhood, they would come out with 2x4s and go to work on the guy that was bothering the girl.
There's no hookers around. They come around in cars now. They're riding around in cars. The transvestites you had on 43rd Street there, yeah?
We had one group there. They'd go to the playground, but then once out of the playground, they'd start trouble. Most of them became bookmakers, you know, until this day. And most of them are dead now.
Whoa, Teddy! Where are you? See, when you go out with a straight girl, you gotta go A, B, C, D, E. By the time you get there, you went for $1,200. And maybe you're not getting none. Get in here. Get inside. Get inside. Get in there. Get inside. Get in there. Get in the house. Don't you dare come out like that. She comes out, Susie, you see?
Hey, bye there.
That's my brother. He's older than me.
Yeah,
Well, Frank, you want to hear? He's older than me. He's 75. He's born before me. Do him.
I don't know everything about
I'll answer the phone. Yeah, he's here.
No, you stay here.
You stay there. I'll answer the phone. Go ahead.
Come on, he wants to...
Where's this going to be shown at?
They're leaking. It's a rubber. All of this is rubber and a pair of jean canvas on the top. Boom. Great for the beach if you have a boat. And when I buy my yacht, these will be the first pair of shoes I'll wear on my yacht. I think they'll look nice on my like 42, 70-foot yacht. Might even get a cap. I do have a captain's hat. Now this one I can't play. I will admit I can't really play this at all, but I can get something out of it. These are really out of necessity, because I'm not gonna spend. I'm not cheap. like some people. But just not gonna spend $25 for a pair of rubber for $5 a pair, a big pair of rubber where I can make 6 pair of shoes for $10, and a pair of old jeans that have gotten their use and wear. So I'm not going to do that. And I like creating, but more than even liking creating is the aspect of the independence from the system to some extent. And to be truly independent, one has to be able to do certain things himself. Not too bad for an old timer. Ultimately, I would love to have like a farm and be able to make everything myself.
Midwest is, the relationship is horizontal, you know, where you're on the ground and all you see is ground, all you see is earth and sky. And then you come here and it goes like, it completely changes to a totally vertical relationship. Everything is, you barely see the sky. That window's where I tried to sleep when people are on the stoop. I went through a great deal of anxiety when I was living here. I lived here for about 2 years, and it was always like this constant struggle between the white kid from the Midwest and the homeboys on the stoop. Because we had our bedroom right on that window, and because we couldn't put the bed in the bedroom. They always cheat it when they tell you it's a one-bedroom. It's because it's not a one-bedroom. There's 2 rooms, and you're lucky if you can get a bed in there. But anyway, we were sleeping there, and it was just heard a lot of great conversation though, a lot of great dialogue, and I get so worked up about it, you know. I mean, because you try to be tolerant and everything, but you gotta sleep.
So, you and Lori had a weekend together, she said.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, she's what she is.
She's nice.
Yeah, she's nice, and she's the kind of person who's what I'm talking about. Nobody talks bad about her. I'll kill him. I'll kill anyone who talks bad about her.
This is what, a year old, this gate thing and everything?
Something like that, about a year. Building's gotten a lot better since I've been here. It used to be kind of messed up.
None of this was here, all these flowers, none of this was here when I was here.
No, this is the young lady that moved into your old apartment.
Yeah, I know that.
incredible book called Iron John, a book about men. Now, the incredible thing about this book is that this guy, Robert Bly, who's an Irish poet, he wrote this book in 1990, 9 years ago. And naturally, they all jumped all over it. This is the book that started all the men hugging one another and crying and banging on drums and going into the woods. But they missed the point. They missed it. They jumped all over it. They get into this men are sensitive, we cry, we feel, we hurt. All those guys that were crying and feeling and hurting are back to their ways, and all those drums have gone taut. They're sitting in their apartments. It'd be like a garage sale on drums. They're not banging the drums anymore. This is an incredible book. It's about the stages of manhood, what you have to learn through life. And those of us that are lucky enough to learn, because there are definite things to learn. Young being in the bronze era, middle age being in the silver era, hopefully getting to the gold era and accepting who you are along the way. Case in point, like a guy like myself going to the China Club on a Monday night and standing in the corner like a fucking yak, trying to talk to some 19-year-old from Jersey. When her only interest is how many body piercings she has. It doesn't work, and it looks ridiculous. Good book. I need to read it.
This is Hell's Kitchen. This is where I was born a couple blocks up the street. My whole family's from here. Generations and generations. It seems like they landed here off the boat and never left. They found out how good the drugs and the booze were, so it was even better. Catch a nice pretty smile here. It's not bad, I guess. Living with degenerates, fucking junkies and crackheads. My peeps, as a friend of mine would say. A couple of friends of mine and myself made a tattoo machine, and tattooed each other up, scarred each other up with this hack little tattoo jailhouse rig. It was a premonition of things that come, because my earlier training taught me how to make a machine when I was in jail, so I made a living that way. I don't know, we scarred the hell out of each other. I stuck with it, they didn't. I was a little more artistically inclined, now I make a living from it. It's not a bad living, better than most people make, excuse me. Being a tattoo artist, especially in New York, you're not considered an artist. Because an artist, you gotta make billboards, you gotta do fucking graffiti. That's even considered art now, this garbage, this filthy shit. But I'm the one who's making a good living while they all have the degrees and they can't get a fucking job and they're all waiting tables. So now who's laughing now? You know what I mean?
Oh, you need the cord? You can't use the battery?
The battery died, you gotta charge it back up.
Nobody charged it?
It just died like a few minutes ago.
Chloe's, by the way, make a note that Chloe is a fine actress. Are you really going to be on the set? Good. We should offer it to Chloe. Chloe, so honors us.
Please, I auditioned and I
You're
sucked.
very good. No, you were very good. You're good. I saw the tape yesterday. I was wanting to know who did the teacher because she was good.
Thank you. Anyway,
Action.
can anyone tell me what this is? That's right, it's a piñata. Piñata? Can you say piñata? Yeah. Does anyone know what a piñata's for? How about you, Tito? Well, Tito? Tito, what on earth do you think you're doing?
Okay, hold on a second. What is he doing? He's not doing anything.
Well,
Oh, you weren't masturbating. Masturbating is this. Hello, my name is Lloyd Kaufman. I'm the president of Troma Entertainment. We've been in Hell's Kitchen in this fabulous Troma building for about 20 years. The company is about 25 years old. When Troma moved into Hell's Kitchen, it was indeed Hell's Kitchen. I kind of liked it because I'd come to work in the morning, and we'd be about to shoot a film, and we'd be able to use the crack whores and the other interesting people in the neighborhood. We'd be able to use them in the movies as free actors. It was a very, very lovely neighborhood. Now, unfortunately, Hell's Kitchen is starting to get a bit gentrified, so the Troma building finds itself in and among these disgusting companies like Disney and these law firms across the street, and all these people that are, that are kind of making the quality of the neighborhood go down. This neighborhood used to be the highest concentrated area for old folks. I don't know what the politically correct word is for old folks, but old folks. And as a result of the yuppies and the $150 working yuppie, the $150 shoes to work, where they change the shoes, those kind of people with the wet hair, they kicked out all the old people. So I don't know where the old people went, but they're probably eating dog food somewhere in uptown, getting beaten up by the cops.
All right, you fucking retards, drop the tacos and hit the floor! Do it, get him!
What are you trying to do? I'm trying to teach.
Teach? Teach? What is the fucking point of trying to teach these slow-ass lady ass?
In any event, Troma has been making movies in this neighborhood for 25 years, and we love it. It's a great neighborhood, in spite of the fact that you have law firms like Cravath, Swain, and Moore that have moved in. It's a great, great, great neighborhood, and New York is a great place to make movies. There was a book that I wrote, which came out this year, called All I Need to Know About Filmmaking, I Learned from the Toxic Avenger, published by Penguin. And what's interesting about this book, which is wonderful about New York and the whole world, is that Troma is a 25-year-old independent movie studio based in New York, in Hell's Kitchen. We own a building. We have a staff here of about 40, a payroll of 40 people who would definitely be on welfare if it weren't for Troma. We've made can't tell you how many movies in New York. We own a library of 500 movies. We pay real estate taxes. We do everything for New York. We have laboratories in New York. We use the New York production houses. This book was published in New York. Do you think that the New York Times reviewed this book? No. Troma is the oldest independent movie studio in the United States, possibly the world. Thanks to Hell's Kitchen and the wonderful creative environment, we have been able to produce movies like Class of Nukem High, Sergeant Kabuki Man NYPD, A Nymphoid Barbarian in Dinosaur Hell, Blood-Sucking Freaks, The Good, the Bad, and the Subhumanoid, Class of Nukem High Part 3, Teenage Catgirls in Heat, Stuck on You, Squeeze Play, Waitress, The First Turn On. Great New York classics.
Let me just check this out. Martin Luther King was not significant in any way as it comes to the so-called social, economic progress of Black Americans. What he succeeded on doing was making all of these Black restaurants, hotels that were doing thriving business under segregation. So many millionaires came into being from about 1899 to around 1940, when it was Black only, because Black barbershops, Black hair products, skin products. But when Martin Luther King push that integration thing, all it did was it made black people spend their money in white places and actually put a lot of black businesses out of business. I don't know how many people are aware of that. But that's one reason from an economic level. He was just the wrong guy, man. He wasn't. Look at the condition that people are in now. It's not only Martin Luther King. It's the whole civil rights, the philosophy of the civil rights movement. That whole thing was wrong, in my opinion. Pushing integration. Like I said, I'm for people integrating. You know, I'm for if they want to integrate. But who wants to go to school with white people and think you're going to be smarter because you're going to... Who cares about that? The math book don't give a fuck if you white or black. You know? Black people, what black people need got nothing to do with Martin Luther King. What they need is from A1, it's to get some of these mothers and fathers off of their fucking big fat asses and instead of them investing in Mercedes Benz and this type of shit to invest in their kids' education. That's the shit.
Push everything down your throat that they say is cool, like McDonald's and all the like mind control and like cigarettes and alcohol, and they don't let you smoke hemp. You got so many great technical cats out there, but how many great artists really saying something, really changing the fucking world? Change the world. You know? It's like I get vibed coming up on this roof. I've been in this building 9 years by some guy who tells me he rents the stairwell on the 12th floor, and he's trying to shed his bird licks, and he don't got it down, but I'm not vibing him out. You gotta be a beautiful motherfucker, man, to get by. Because it don't make no sense being a punk without any beauty, man.
How you today, man? I'll tell you something that pisses me off, 42nd Street.
The Disneyfication of 42nd Street is the beginning of some kind of end. Because all this is selling money, it's hustling. There's absolutely no spirit of giving. I'm not saying the pornography had a spirit of giving, but there was something human about it. This thing up, I don't even walk up there. I truly detest it.
It means you're not new. You would much rather find a mediocre actor who's brand new than a great actor who's old coming back. That's no news, that's just truth, you know? You know what I'm saying? Discover something hot and new and mediocre, rather than some old and great and true, because it's nothing new. A couple of white chicks, which starred Susan Sarandon and Eileen Brennan, sort of made me boulevard famous. I don't know what that means. I became a boulevard writer running this play called A Couple of White Chicks. I made like $1.6 million in about 6 weeks. And I put most of it up my nose and destroyed my life, which I'm still trying to recover from. But it was pretty interesting how we all deal with money.
There you go.
Here's me and my youngest daughter, who's a senior at Barnard and is a good actress. And she's sort of the apple of my eye. She's the only one of all my children I grew up with and have been constantly around since her birth. So, I know her better than all the rest. I think she hates me less than they do. Or needs me more, I don't know which is which.
This neighborhood's changed a lot. I mean, a lot. 15 years ago, 16 years ago, this parking lot, forget about it. It was Hooker City. I mean, Hooker City. Denominations like you don't know. Sizes, creeds, colors. It was just Hooker, Pimp City. And it was a drag because, I mean, although it was part of the, the overflow of Times Square and what it used to be and the underworld and the real underbelly, the west side of New York, it was a drag, because in the morning, sometimes these hookers would be nodding out, kids would be going to school, and, parents would be walking their kids, and they'd be, like, sidestepping condoms, and there'd be pimps waiting on the corner, for their girls, looking at their watches and their diamond rings and stuff, and I can remember looking at these kids, they'd all be, like, looking up, like, Halloween's coming, or Halloween's past. But there was this one night, I'd come in, I was working down in the village, and I'd come in, and it was late, and I didn't make any money, and I was mad, and I was, I was depressed, and I was hurt, the life of an actor. And I came in, and I came to the stoop, right out in front of my building, and there was a couple of pimps, like Kansas City, like, what's up, what's up, what's up? Jerry Curl, gold teeth. Yeah, baby, what's up, what's up? And I wanted to come in the house. And they didn't know enough to see that I was trying to come into the house, because there's only 3 steps. And, like, the one guy, like, acted like, it was a big deal to get out of my way. Like, he gave me one of those, like. So I wanted to do something right there, but I didn't. So I was fuming. I came up 5 flights of stairs, and I was fuming. The one beautiful thing was that it had just started to snow, and it was a thick snow. So I came up here to the roof, and there was enough snow to grab snowballs, real hard snowballs. By this time, the pimps had gone into the parking lot, because this parking lot is where they used to either do their collection or do their drop. They used to rip a lot of people off here, too. I started making snowballs. I must have made 100 of them. And I was watching these guys. And by this time, this one Kansas City, Lincoln Continental guy, he was like in the middle saying, where's my digit? Where's my digit? I want my digit, bitch. I want my digit. Well, I gave him his digit. I fired a snowball like Nolan Ryan, and this thing just, all of a sudden, the world went into slow motion. Whack! Hit him in his Jerry curl. He went down like he was shot, like it was an assassination. I felt like Lee Harvey Oswald, man. The guy went right down. He was laying there. He's screaming. The hookers are screaming, yeah, and then I just started rapid firing, like machine gun firing, snowballs. Well, I'll tell you something. There wasn't any pimps around there for a while. Better job than the cops were doing. They were around the corner eating donuts. This neighborhood's changed. Look at the parking lot. Pristine.
A couple of years back, I'm drunk, I'm walking up the street. You know, it's 3, 4 in the morning, I'm late, I don't know, 2 in the morning, whatever. I'm drinking vodka, I had a quart of vodka, staggering up from some party right around here somewhere, maybe over here, 790. And I got a bunch of pills in me, and I got rushed by this fucking guy. I guess I looked like I was gonna be an easy target, you know? All fucked up. I get into a brawl with him, this guy's gonna, I guess he's going for my fucking money, he wants to rob me. I throw a kick at him, he had a steak knife, and he stuck it through my fucking leg. So I throw this kick in, and he puts the knife through my leg. I yank my leg back, I got this fucking knife sticking out of my leg. The handle's stuck actually into my leg, the blade is sticking out the back about a fucking foot. I gave him beating of his fucking life. He crawls the fuck away. Please, under a fucking car, crying. Figured he had enough. I start hobbling up the fucking street like a pirate with a peg leg. I go into a fucking deli. Get me a quart, I'm gonna go to the fucking St. Luke's up the street here. Maybe they take that knife out of my leg, make me feel a little better. Little old lady sees me in the deli and starts freaking the fuck out. Now it's around Halloween time. So, you know, people think it's like a Halloween gag. You know what I mean? What's going on? How you been? Long time. Yeah, you know, same old shit.
Cool.
My name is Craig Lechner. I'm one of the casting directors and co-owners of Impossible Casting.
Today we're here casting for a music video for a band called Steps, and we're looking for people to dance and have fun with the band. And we do a lot of this kind of work. We do feature films, independent films, music videos, commercials, industrial videos, promotional events. So we're pretty busy, and we're one of the young and upcoming casting companies in New York City, and we're pretty busy all the time, knock on wood. We're out here having fun with some guys, right guys? We're gonna have some fun today? Yeah, woo! They're like, we wanna go home.
Everyone keep the energy up. I want to see you guys doing proud. Everyone mix it up, mix it around the room.
Today we're probably seeing about 100 people, and of which we're going to be hiring about 20. So they've got about a 1 in 5 chance to make it. And what we're really looking for is people with a lot of energy, people who know what they're doing, know what they're here for, and know how to really use the camera. So let's check it out, shall we? Right on.
Well, I've always wanted to act for a long time, and I'm just hoping to make it in the industry. It's kind of hard, but it's worth the risk, taking a chance.
I love to perform, I love to be in front of the camera, and basically I'm just trying to make it. And it doesn't pay much, but it's a start.
Well, I'm destined, and pretty soon you'll be making a lot of money off of this tape. And see you soon.
I want to be an actor so I can pretend and get paid for it.
Oh, I just love acting. It's the only thing I want to do and the only thing I'm going to do.
The first thing that I look for is somebody's eyes, what sort of look they have in their eyes, what they're presenting with their eyes. The worst thing that you can be in this business is be ambiguous, is be nebulous, is sort of fall through the cracks. Unfortunately, the regular guy and the average looking person many times falls through the cracks, and we tend to look for really distinct looking people, really unique character types, people really interesting faces, or people who are really good looking.
Follow this. Hats by Superstar. Fuck yeah, man. Ivy Supersonic. Hats by Ivy Supersonic. You follow that?
I need silly string! Someone give me some silly string!
I make hats. So this is the ostrich and marabou hat, and it's called the Mike Anderson. I named it after my best friend. This is what I would call the Breakfast at Tiffany's hat. Very, very Audrey Hepburn. I actually made this for Kid Rock, and I liked it so much I just couldn't part with it. There's some pheasant up here, you know, you see this pheasant, pieces of pheasant, and marabou. Pheasant and marabou. This is the big hat. Why do they call this the big hat? I don't know, fuck if I know. The Ivy Supersonic bag. And I really love it. It kind of looks like on the in-between of Fendi and Louis. Hillary Clinton should just announce the presidency. There she is with the Ivy Supersonic hat box. Hillary Clinton, man. I love her. I love Hillary. These right here, these are rooster feathers. Right. Hell's Kitchen is, you know, is a good residence for artists. I would say, you know, at all the places people live in Manhattan, all the artists, you know, they're all gathered, they're all living there in Hell's Kitchen. You know, that's a great workplace. That's a great spot, you know, for the artists to live in. But it's not, you know, I wouldn't use it as a vehicle to pump my shit, man, because that's not what it's about. Hell's Kitchen is not the market that I'm going for. The people here, they just can't afford, you know, what I design. I design couture. You know, it's cool that I live there and all, and that I work out of there. It's a great vibe. great energy, but when it comes to sales, you know, and where I want to display my stuff and where I want to sell it and where I want it to be featured, it's not here. It's not about Hell's Kitchen.
Where are you from?
I'm from Texas.
Oh, great. What's your
Yeah.
name?
Cindy.
Cindy. I'm Lori.
Lori, nice to meet you.
What brings you here?
I'm an extra. I'm supposed to do this movie.
Oh, okay.
I'm not supposed to be here until 1:15, so
Why?
I'm a little early.
You're a little early. You're just walking around the neighborhood?
Yeah.
Yeah. Great, great.
You want to talk method acting? Get out of my way or I'll smack you in the mouth. Huh? Anyway, here I am in front of the fabled, famed Actors Studio, the home of method acting. But a really incredible place, a place where you had Clift and Brando and De Niro and Pacino and everybody ends in a know. Actors go insane when they're unemployed. You end your job and you never think you're going to work again, and then you start counting your pennies. This is a place where you can come in and you can stay creatively hooked in. You can come in here and you can be as crazy as you want to be, as wild as you want to be, work on accents, work on jokes. You come in here, sing songs, tap dance, stand on your head. This is it, the Actors Studio.
You done haul your ass through the wrong territory, boy. Nobody cuts and runs on G.W. Pepper. I'm recognized still, all the time, and people go see the darn the Bond movies over and over, I guess, you know. Here comes my brother-in-law, Billy Bob. He got the fastest boat in the river. I started acting in college, you know. Then I went to winter stock, then I went to summer stock. Then I came to New York and went to work in the bank. A secret agent? On whose side? Clifton James. Cheers.
When I was in high school, I used to take great thrill that I could actually make a call. You dig? And have at least 100 motherfucking niggas there within an hour or two. That I could make a call. And motherfuckers would be coming. I didn't know all these niggas. All I knew was that they all showed up to fight, you know what I'm saying? And one time some guys saw that. That was the end of that shit again, too. We were having a problem going to see some girls that lived in a white neighborhood. And they fucked up a guy who was dating. We all showed up there. All showed up on, you know where Ocean Park was? Ocean Park went on East 12th. I think it was, yeah. And all the niggas did it, all these black people. I don't even use the N word, you know that. But so I'm just trying to describe the type.
Right.
Like Elvin and beyond.
Yep.
200 of them. There was no one lighter than this piano. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was pretty. You hear what I'm saying? Larry Holmes type, you know?
Yeah, right.
Before that.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
1, 2. Not that phrase that comes there. This phrase right here. Let's take it from here.
Okay.
3, 4.
I don't like the idea of a corporate structure. I don't like the idea of working for CBS. I don't like, it just doesn't feel right for me. You dig what I'm saying? Because the emphasis is on money. It's not on what you're actually doing. And what they're actually doing in corporations, you don't really see, it's all like, you don't see any benefit to the whole from people who work for corporations. I don't see it. Maybe some people see it. I don't see the stock market doing a fucking thing for people.
I think this tree needs something. It needs a naked woman. Don't you think?
Maybe what?
It needs a naked woman. How many bottles they got? How many bottles in this Christmas tree? It's your guess. I think what do you think? How many bottles are on this Christmas tree? This is the most beautiful Christmas tree I've ever seen in my whole life. Don't you think this is a beautiful Christmas tree?
Yeah, it is. We look forward to it every year.
Isn't it gorgeous? Look at the angels on Christmas.
Check this out. I mean, look how beautiful that is. These hats are meant for the affluent and the confident wearer. You really have to be confident, you know, in order to pull this off. You can't just put it on and pull it off. So you have to be confident. And not only do you have to be confident, you actually like derive confidence from wearing this hat. You're standing there and like hundreds of people come up to you. You know, where did you get that? Like, it's so beautiful. And that's cool, man, you know. It's really cool. I walk outside and people come up, they want to pet me, they want to touch me, they want to talk about the hat. These hats can get you into anywhere you need to be.
What's up with this?
That's like
This is like very Paris. Voulez, voulez, oufoufou, mumu, bonita. You like this? It's a skunk, I don't know.
I like it. I actually, with the right coat, man.
This a rock?
Oh, rock. It looks just gorgeous on you.
So are we doing more body paint
There's
or
nothing that like everything looks gorgeous on you, man.
are we doing more body paint
I wish
or
I had
more
twin girls
feathered
like you.
outfits?
We're gonna go with the feathered outfits on this one.
Oh, cool.
I've been doing these like very wild, like nude body painted feathered hat shows, right? And I bring in all these different.
Are absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
My God, my God. I mean, look at this. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, and I didn't even finish it yet. It's working.
So am I gonna have on a bikini to go with this one too, or what?
I'll make you whatever
Body
you want.
paint?
You know it's all about. I'll make you whatever you want.
And we're gonna. The
It's up
audience
to
will
you.
be out here, right?
Right. You look great.
We got like that red. We got red in one window, red, orange, and pink in one window.
Red, orange, and pink.
Right. And so if we can like do something sort of in those same colorings in the other window, and I think I'm hanging a star or something in the window or something like that, or some beads or something like that.
It's very Soho-ish.
Very Soho-ish.
Debbie, look how beautiful my zoo is, man.
Thank you.
Who shot this shit for you, man?
Fidel
It's
shot
fucking-
that.
He's great.
Isn't he hot? He
Outfit
does like
is just
everybody.
fucking amazing. Who designed this?
I think that's Gucci.
It's not Macy's. It's the New York look, and what we're trying to do is to actually overdo Macy's. Macy's has the parade, so we really want these hats to sort of be Christmas ornaments. I mean, I think that it's better than a Christmas tree. It's better than Christmas balls.
I live. This is my favorite one. That is so like, look at that body, man. I be working out.
You look sexy. You look great.
I mean, they're just so ingenious.
Thank you. Like that's pretty over the top.
They're just genius. You know, this genius.
Great. They're gonna love you. Let me see what else
Check
you got.
this. Check this. Look at that. This is like a spread. I mean, I can do like a legs commercial.
I like that. Give me that. All right, gotta put this together. This is great. This is great. Spread them, Zeus.
You know?
It's wonderful. Have you been here?
No.
Have you been here? You've got to come. So when you get back, tell Saeed I'll see you later and just come up here. You've got to come. You've got to come. You just won't believe it.
Oh my God, delicious ice coffee. I'm going to talk about Supersonic because I have this urge to talk about Supersonic. Really what it's about is it's an attitude. It's all attitude. You know, what I've done in the past 3 years, probably it would have taken somebody else, you know, 10 years to do what I've done in the last 3. I think it would have taken 20 people to have equal to what I've just done. And it's all good. People ask me, why do I call myself Supersonic? That's a name that just, I don't know, it comes from the earth. Lots of coffee, lots of cigarettes, you'll be supersonic too.
Hell's Kitchen, Clinton, gentrified. A neighborhood. Famous neighborhood. Playwrights, directors, actors, doctors, hoodlums, nice people, bad people, white people, black people, yellow people, blue people, green people, all sorts of people. Hell's Kitchen. So it was going to be Hell's Kitchen. Always. They can call it Clinton, they can call it Gore, they can call it Agnew, they could call it friggin', they could call it Forbes. It's Hell's Kitchen. Rooftops. Characters abound. All these buildings, all these rooftops, stories, history. This is it. Fabled. Every one of them with their own character. And you know what? They can't take it away from them. Hundreds of years old, these buildings. Families living in squalor, immigrants, bathtubs, kids. Hell's Kitchen. That's it. The river, New Jersey, working people, good people, even these things, Hell's Kitchen.